All right, you guys, it's Tasha Mom Bear Prepping. You already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up, let's talk about it. So first of all, we're gonna talk about these nails. Look at this, throwing up gang signs with these nails. Started taking them off. Some have broke. Just a hot mess over here. Clearly, I'm not spending no money on nails. Clearly, you can tell that. So just ignore my gang signs during the video. We're still gonna get into it. Another thing, supposed to do the MRE, homemade MRE video today. Not the video, but just to show you quickly what I had and then do another challenge video. We're just going to shift that to tomorrow and we're going to get into this topic today, okay? I'm waiting for a couple more things, you guys, to complete mine because I want to show you a full product. Okay, so canned goods. So what I want to talk about a little bit is specifically canned goods. I want to talk about meat. I want to talk about securing your meat now, getting your meat. There's several ways that you can prep or store meat for long-term storage. Some of those ways include, stockpiling canned goods, canned meat. Another way is preserving it in a way like canning it, pressure canning meat. If you did not know, you have to pressure can meat. You cannot water bathe it. You can't do anything other way with it, you guys, for long-term storage. Okay, I've gotten that question actually quite a bit lately from several people. You have to pressure can meat, okay? And then, so preserving it, you could also preserve it in a way like just putting it in the freezer, right? Vac sealing it, that type of thing. To me, that's not long-term just because I cannot count on my freezer being able to be powered the whole time. I will try my darndest to keep it powered, but if stuff happens, EMP, CME, all my solar systems go down, whatever, right? Something's fried. To me, it's not as long-term or as viable as a canned product or something that you even pressure canned, okay? And then growing it is the other option, right? Having animals that you're growing specifically for meat, right? Meat animals. And this could look like a lot of different things, but there's several different ways to get meat into your long-term storage, okay? So I want to talk about 22 canned meats that I store in my pantry, okay? These are for long-term. Today I'm only hitting canned goods. This is not covering all my pressure canned meats, all my pressure canned soups, pressure canned stews, all that stuff. It's not covering that. I'm just talking about get these 22 kinds of meat. A lot of people, you guys, will be surprised or don't know, and I know some of you guys are going to be like, what? But there's people that don't know that there is canned meat options. They just don't know. They've never been in a situation where they needed to maybe buy that. Yeah, offhand, people know about canned chicken, know about Spam, right? But overall, there's a lot of canned meat options that people just don't realize you can get, okay? So I'm going to talk about just straight meat that you can get in a can, and then I'm going to talk about other canned options that have meat that we prep, and we prep it because it has meat in it, okay? It's another source of meat. And I want to touch real quickly too is meat, is protein. There's a lot of other ways to get protein in your long-term storage as well. That's not a direct piece of meat, let's say, okay? So think about that. I think I did a video. I'll try to find the video, you guys, with different options for protein, but there's other ways obviously to get protein in your diet as well, okay? But today we're just going to talk about good old-fashioned canned food, okay? So let's get into it. So I just spoke about it, right? Number one is Spam, right? Huge thing in regards to a canned meat in the preparedness item world, right? And you either love it or you hate it. There's not really a gray area. People either love it and can cook it 50 different ways, or they can't stand it. I like it because it's versatile. I like it because it has a sodium count that once let's say I don't have seasoning and I want to add it to something, I don't have to think about any kind of seasonings when I'm adding Spam because it's so high on sodium, okay? I just like it. Versatile in everything. Rice, beans, eggs, so much that you can do with it. Sandwiches. I just really appreciate it. So Spam's number one. Number two, canned chicken. Another one that people are very, very well versed in, have definitely heard, especially preparedness channels. there's probably not a preparedness channel out there that hasn't talked about canned chicken, you guys, and how to cook with it. And none of my pins are working right now. I'm trying to just highlight this stuff so that I know that I'm talked about it. I don't like this one. Okay. Canned chicken, right? Super versatile as well. Love it. You also, with canned chicken, you can get it with, usually it's white meat, right? White chicken meat, but you can get it with mixed now, with dark chicken meat in it. Okay, I really, really like that one. Great for, some of my favorites for canned chicken is making a chicken salad. And I just add some pickled eggs that I've pickled. So good. Some pickles, some little bit of mayo, mustard. So good. Okay. Absolutely love it. Is one of my go-tos is as far as like a sandwich. Putting it on bread and making a sandwich of it. Or just eating it with crackers, right? Putting some of it on some crackers and eating it that way. Next thing's pretty popular. A lot of people know about this, canned tuna, right? So tuna fish, different types of ways, oils, waters, whatever. Get it on your shelf. Super important. Number 4 is salmon. If you eat salmon, this is a must. It's actually really delicious in the can. That's another fear, I guess, of people as well too, is they assume that if something is in a can like that there's no way that it can taste good, that it's going to taste processed, it's going to be pushed and mushed together, it's not going to be good. Before I ever ate canned salmon, this is what I thought. I was like, there's no way salmon is going to be, because we love salmon. I was like, there's no way it's going to taste good from a can. And I was surprised. It's actually very delicious. And it's a great option to get that fatty fish in your preps, which you need, okay? Holistically, you need to have it's important to have fatty fishes in your diet and in your preps, and getting canned salmon is a way to do that. Okay, is it as good as fresh? Obviously not. Okay, but it is a way to get it for long-term storage on your shelves. Okay, so salmon. Number 5 is little weenies, right? The little tiny weenies you get in the can, right? It's like little maybe six little weenies in a can. Those are great. They're great for a snack, right? They're great for just chopping up and putting in some beans. They're just very easy. They're very inexpensive. I just like them. The only thing that I would say is they're all pop tops. They're not, because the cans are so small. They're never an actual can opener can, and pop top cans generally will not last as long possibly as regular canned food, only because it has that break in it. So naturally it's more susceptible to being compromised, you guys, and something getting in there and it going bad. Okay, does it have the potential to last as long? Absolutely, but just something to think about. And those cans are so small that they're always like a pop top on the top of it instead of just a regular opener. Number 6, roast beef. Again, surprised, very delicious. It's perfect to just heat up and serve over mashed potatoes with a little bit of butter, salt, pepper. Really, really good. You can put it in a stew. You can drain the gravy off and have just kind of a meat, and you don't even want the gravy. I just think it's a good option. Good size can. Can't go wrong with it. Number 7 I have is bacon. Now, you guys, canned bacon is very expensive now. It is like through the roof. I only have it on this list because it is an option. Again, I'm trying to get people to think, because people do not think that you can get meat in a can. And there is so many meat options that you can get in a can. It's only on the list because of that. However, I haven't looked recently, but I think the last time I looked, it was like $30 or $40 a can or something just crazy. Okay, much better in my opinion to just get your fresh bacon, cut it up, put it in a jar, pressure can it, and keep it that way. I just for me it's too much to spend on a one can of something. Okay, but there is canned bacon. Number 8 thing I have is pulled pork. Again, great, already cooked. Just open the can, heat it up, throw it on a bun, make a sandwich, put it in a bowl with some rice. Just super, super easy. Super convenient for off-grid, all these meats that I'm talking, okay? They're very easy because they're already cooked. For the most part, you just have to heat them up. And so you just pop them open, and a lot of them are versatile. They go right over some pasta or some rice or some beans. And so when you're cooking grid down, they're just very, very easy, very friendly. You really don't have to know how to cook per se to use these products and just survive, okay? Number 9 I have is turkey. So just like the canned chicken, I don't know if you know this, a lot of people know about canned chicken, but right next to it is the same brand is canned turkey. Okay, so turkey meat looks the same as the chicken, you guys, but it's turkey. Super delicious. Again, I make sandwiches or I just make it up, eat it on some crackers. It's good. It's good. Make some pasta, right? Warm up that, put some cheese and some stuff all together, make a little oven bake. It's delicious. Okay, so canned turkey. And I just found the turkey, you guys, probably maybe a year ago. It's pretty recent since I started getting the turkey in my preps, you guys, because I never saw it before, ever. Okay. But I saw it about a year ago, and now I've been adding it ever since to my preps. Number 11 is the ham. So the big hams, the big cans, again, it's pretty high in sodium, just like the Spam, but it's the same idea. I like those for bigger meals. Again, great for off grid, but I like it for bigger meals because it's a bigger chunk of meat that's canned, right? Again, it's another source, right? High source of, I think I just said that, of sodium, and is versatile and could be added to so many different things. But again, it's a big piece of meat. So you kind of have to know, okay, I'm cooking for a lot of people, or have a way to keep it once you open it. If you're not going to cook it all at once, how do you keep it so it doesn't go bad, right? Or how do you make multiple meals with it, or whatever the case. Maybe you open a can and that can is implemented into your menu plan for the entire day, meaning all 3 meals have a little bit of that ham, or 2 of the meals have a little bit of that ham, so it doesn't go bad. Number 12 I have is corned beef. A lot of people are like, oh, that's Spam, but to me, it's totally different texture. I know that sounds weird. I know some people are like, no, it's the same. It's not the same to me. It's a little bit rougher to me, a little bit coarser. I'm not a fan of corned beef, but I have family members that love the corned beef. Just not a fan of it. But again, it is a canned meat option, easy to fry up, cook up, add to stuff, versatile. Still a very, very good option for your preps. And a lot of people, if they don't like Spam, but they like the corned beef. And so, to me, they're kind of the same, but they definitely have a different flavor. Okay. Number 13 I have is chili. So now I'm going to get into my not straight up meats, but products and canned goods that have meats in them that are our go-tos for preparedness. So chili is number 13. 14 is ravioli, another big one. You get pasta with that, you get sauce, and of course you get a meat option in there. Number 15 is kind of the same world, beefarony, same thing, kind of like ravioli, but it's pasta, sauce, and some meat in there. And it's just all mixed together, kind of like a little goulash, okay, in a can. Number 15. Number 16 is stew. Love it. Any types of stews, all types that you can buy on the market. But I love it because, again, you get a vegetable, you get your potatoes, you get a meat. Okay, very hearty. 17 is chicken and dumplings. Again, something that I found probably a couple years ago and have been adding to my preps ever since. And that's chicken and dumplings in a can. Again, doesn't sound like it would be that good, right? Like, how good can it be in a can? Especially when you have these things homemade, you're like, no, the canned option's just not going to be an option, right? But it really is. It's not that bad. Okay, so you cook it, put a little salt and pepper in it, make some biscuits. It's good, you guys. It's really good. Okay, it's not that bad. 15 is soups, so any kind of soup. But I'm obviously talking about the soups that have meat in them, that have a protein in them, not just like a broth, or I'm talking about something that has a substantial amount of meat in it. So soups. 16 I have. No, 19. Wow. You can't read my own handwriting. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that's 19. Pork and beans. So again, beans that have some kind of pork in them. Sometimes that's just flavoring. So just really look and make sure to get the kind that looks a little bit more chunkier. because some of them is just like a meat flavoring, right? Or a little bit of pork, a little bit of bacon in there. But there's options out there that have actually more meat in them, okay? 20, I have corned beef hash. So I'm actually a fan, even though I said I'm not a fan of corned beef. Corned beef hash is okay. I just like it. It's a good option. It's super easy to cook up, fry up, and serve with some, scrambled eggs or a fried egg, or it's just super, super versatile. Can be added. It's kind of a filler for me, I feel like. So corned beef hash is okay with me. I like corned beef hash. 21 I have is rice and beef. So you can get cans of rice and beef. It's basically just a can of rice and it has meat added to it. They're a hit or miss, I think, okay, in different brands of them I've tried and they're not that good. And then other brands I've tried that are pretty good, right? I don't see this often either in every store. I can't find rice and beans in every store. And so, that's just something to think about. It's not as common as you would think, and being in multiple stores or tons of different brands of it. But from time to time, when I find a different one, I grab it up so I can see if we like it, okay? We don't stock a whole lot of it because it's just a different texture, and a lot of times I'd rather just make rice and add something to it. But it gets it done. It's food, you guys. And then my last one, number 22, is Spaghettios, right? Any kind of Spaghettios with meat, with the meatballs, with the hot dogs, any of that stuff. You can get Spaghettios with no meat, obviously, but today I'm talking about getting it for the kiddos, maybe if it has meat in it, okay? Again, super easy option that kids can eat, virtually you can eat cold out of the can. It's not that horrible to eat cold, but it's also super, super easy to heat up. Again, a lot of these options are good for grid down. A lot of these options, you don't have to really know how to cook. A lot of these options you can just open up and put over your filler. So put over rice, put over pasta, put over beans, right? You can put it over things and voila, you have a meal, okay? Add it to those fillers, throw some cheese on it, throw it in the oven. And now you have some sort of goulash, okay? There's a lot of stuff that you can do here. Again, too, this is all, I see breakfast stuff here. I see lunch stuff here. I see dinner stuff here. I see snack stuff here. I see all meals and all these canned goods that I mentioned today. So go out, get your canned goods. I know that when you're prepping, a lot of people, they know canned goods, get the canned goods, get the canned goods. But also I know that sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? And a lot of people don't realize that there is such a variety of meat to get. And it just is what it is. People just, if they don't know, they don't know. And so hopefully this hits some people. There's some meats hopefully that I mentioned that people did not know about. And now you can check out those areas in your stores and really look at what you're getting and make sure that you've got meat and protein covered, okay? So that ideally you can keep some sort of food pyramid going, okay? So I will see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Blessings from my bear cave to yours, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.